27 years old and still stuck at the kids' table.
Yeah, but we all know our parents wish they were back at the kids' table, catching up with cousins they only see a couple times a year, and not talking about politics.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of catching up, how about we go around the table and say something we're thankful for, and then fill everyone in with what's going on in our lives? So, how about you, Kai? What are you thankful for?
Well, really, I'm just thankful that we can all be gathered here together as a family because family is my number one value. And saying that actually reminds me of this purpose statement that I had once written in my new student experience class back in 2020. Was that 10 years ago? Oh man, 2020. What a year. Corona, Kobe, quarantine. But that's another story. Anyways, this purpose statement stated, and I still remember it to this day, my personal purpose statement is to, through my own personal success, inspire and encourage my friends and family to be the best versions of themselves. And I know, it sounds a little corny, however, it's the reason I'm on track to become a dermatologist like I am. Before my grandfather retired, which, I mean, none of you guys would know him because he's on my dad's side, but he was a dermatologist, a doctor for skin, and he has always been an inspiration to me. So I figured I'd follow in his footsteps and possibly inspire the next generation by being successful and showing that it can be done.
Isn't it like a lot of work to become a doctor?
Well, yeah. And while I'm a doctor per se, I'm not yet a dermatologist. You see, I'm currently in my first year of residency where I'm a doctor in training. And when I finish this year of general residency, I still have 3 more years of residency under an actual dermatologist. It's really a pain, but I figure if I can do the schooling, the end result will be worth it.
Wow. And this is after going through college and medical school. Honestly, I've always been curious of the steps required to take in order to become a doctor. Could you lay them out for me?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I'll tell you the path that I took. It started junior year of high school when I was taking the dual enrollment courses at my local college, Valencia, and that's when I actually took that new student experience class that I mentioned earlier. In that specific class, we set intentions, purposes, goals, and even an education plan that helped me get to where I am now. Throughout both junior and senior years of high school, I continued to take dual enrollment courses at Valencia, earning myself a head start with college credits. After graduating high school, I applied to USF in Tampa and was accepted. Fortunately, Florida Bright Futures covered most of my expenses here, and while I was there, I completed a 4-year bachelor's degree in business on a pre-med track. During my junior year at USF, I took the MCAT, which is a medical college admissions test, and scored very well. With a high GPA and a great MCAT score, I was accepted into medical school at UCLA. While Florida Bright Futures paid for USF, it was not the same situation for UCLA. I paid just about $200,000 for just those 4 years of medical school, and now here I am in my first year of residency.
Cool. So what's next for you?
Well, next I have 3 more years of clinical residency in dermatology, as I mentioned earlier. After that, I will have to take my dermatology board examination in order to be board certified. And every 10 years after this, I will have to take the examination again to renew my license. At this point, I may consider pursuing a fellowship in order to specialize in a certain area of dermatology, although I haven't quite decided on that yet. And finally, when I'm ready to open my own practice, probably with a partner, my bachelor's in business will come in handy. In case any of you guys were lost this whole time, a dermatologist is a skin doctor. More specifically, we work with everything from skin to hair to nails. And some necessary skills required to become a dermatologist, all of which I possess, are academic strength, stamina, good communication, and comfort with bodily functions, obviously.
That's crazy. 9 years since you graduated high school, and you're still not even at your end goal yet?
Well, I don't think I'll ever be at my end goal, and there's always more to learn, especially in the field of medicine. Any of you guys feeling inspired yet?